So I just wanted to talk a little bit about our mission on the games team at Facebook, and then how it ties more broadly to the mission that we have overall. So essentially, if you think of what we're trying to do, we want to give people the power to discover, play, and share the games they love with the people they care about. So when you break that down a little bit, it's really all about helping people to share those great moments in gaming, to share what they've discovered, what they're playing, what they're enjoying with people in their community. And that really ties very well to Facebook's broader mission, which is really all about, again, providing ways for people to connect. And gaming, as we all know, is a subject everyone's passionate about, and people love to share and play with their friends. I have to put up a slide like this every time. It's the big number slide. And when you think of the community, and particularly if you're thinking about yourselves as developers, think about how just the size of the Facebook community globally. We have over 1.7 billion people visiting Facebook, 1 billion people every day. It's a huge engaged community, and they're engaged in sharing all types of content, and gaming is a big part of that. Probably a more interesting slide, and certainly in a market like Israel, where there are a lot of people building for Facebook.com, and a lot of really, really big developers from Playtika and Plarium on down to very, very small up-and-coming businesses. You see that the Facebook.com is a really, really big source of revenue, and we paid out $2.5 billion to developers last year through all the payments and transactions that took place in the platform. So again, it's a very, very big business for us. We care about it a lot. We care about your success, and it continues to be very, very important, and we still see really strong numbers today. So it's just giving you a sense of, there's Facebook overall, but games is a very big part of that. And again, just another view of it, we've looked at the money view. If you think about it on Facebook.com, overall, we have over 15% of the time spent by people is spent playing games on Facebook.com. So again, you think of everything else you would do when you're on Facebook. Everything from visiting the news feed, watching those great cat videos, seeing the baby photos, you name it, Messenger, whatever it is, 15% of that time is actually spent playing games. So again, the content you make reaches a huge audience and is super engaging. So again, you know this, you're gamers, you build games, but gamers are everywhere, and they can play anywhere, which I think is the key point when you're really thinking about this from your standpoint. Your goal is to reach as many gamers as you can and engage them wherever they are. And that's our goal as well, to help you do that. And one of the big things that we think about is, we're a cross-platform company ourselves, and we're focused on building tools for all of you to make your games accessible to gamers wherever they are. And if you think about it, you look at all the different platforms today. We've had a long-standing business on Facebook.com on the web. Just mentioned the size, but still, very, very significant. Lots and lots of content, lots and lots of players. You obviously have mobile. We've been supporting developers on mobile with our tool set for a long time. And what's, I think, interesting when you look at this slide is we're really expanding the areas and the platforms where we play a role helping you build games. I'll talk about it in a minute, but we've recently rolled out a desktop application to help really engage the PC gaming community. We also have integration into consoles, into big PC games. So again, really our goal is to really help you reach gamers wherever you are, and our goal is to be on every platform to help you do so. Just, and again, everyone knows about the Pokemon Go phenomenon. Absolutely enormous, huge audience. One of the things that we found really interesting is beyond our set of tools that we provide, beyond the kind of core developer functionality, there's obviously the broader world of Facebook and people just talking about games and talking about content. And it's pretty amazing when you think that 231 million people in July talked about Pokemon Go on Facebook. So, you think of the billion plus people, there's a huge chunk of them who are engaged in all sorts of gaming, talking about gaming. So there's all these different ways to engage and reach that community who are already here. For those of you who've seen Facebook presentations before, you've probably seen a version of this slide. We talk a lot about this a lot. We like to keep things hopefully relatively simple in terms of explaining what we do. But when you think about all the tools that we have, we really bucket them into three things. One is all the tools we have that help you build games, everything from login to the web platform itself with all the features it has. When you think about how to grow your game, there's paid solutions across different marketing tools. You have all the organic things like sharing that, again, help you reach more audience, help you re-engage that audience. And then, of course, arguably most importantly, is the way to monetize. Everything from the audience network, which helps you advertising and high-quality ads to your mobile games, to the web platform itself, where, of course, we have a complete payment solution. So I'm not going to go into all of these, but again, think there's a broad set of tools that, again, that will help you solve all sorts of different challenges when you're building a game. Just wanted to talk about two of them. One is one of the products we rolled out last year called App Invites. Kind of does what it says in the tin. It's essentially, it's an easy way for players to share and invite other players to find a game. And the difference with this, and what makes it, I think, particularly interesting, is that you don't actually, the player doesn't have to be connected or logged in with Facebook in the app. So you'd be playing a game, whatever game it might be on mobile, you really like it, you want to tell your friend about it. If the developer can surface this opportunity to invite a friend, and as long as the player has the app on their phone, the Facebook app on their phone, they can instantly send an invite. Have a nice little message, developer can surface an image. Again, really high quality way for you to add virality to your game and drive organic installs. And again, it's also nicely personalized and a great way for people to share games they love with their friends. And again, you can see this example from Nibblers by Rovio. Great metrics, increase in click-through rate, and also installs. So again, one of the areas we've spent a lot of time on, if we look at Facebook as a developer platform, not so much customer-facing, is Facebook Analytics. It's one of the things we've probably invested in the most, I guess, over the past couple of years. And it starts with app events, which are essentially a way for you to track all the different events in your app. And then Facebook Analytics for Apps is the free service that allows you to track anything that's happening in your application. Everything from the actual social integrations, but essentially now it's any action that any player takes in your app. So it helps you optimize, look at cohorts, look at the funnel, so actually really help you optimize the game. It also plugs into our marketing solutions, so it's an easy way for you to build custom audiences and really build relevant, highly effective marketing. I think the last thing I think which really differentiates it is that you actually have real audience insights because, again, this is all powered by Facebook. You can actually see real demographic information, and there's a whole section we've built out around people, so you really can get deep audience insight into who the players are, who's actually in your app, who's spending money, who's dropping at whichever level. Not only do you know who they are, you can actually find out what their interests are, demographic, and you can start to optimize your gameplay and experience for them. So shifting gears, the things I've talked about, I would think some of you already know about. Obviously, we've been in the web business for a long time. We continue to build out our platform features, and we have more and more, but again, a lot of the core features have been in existence for a number of years. What I want to talk about now is something we've rolled out earlier this year, and I alluded to it earlier. We've basically built out a full desktop application for PC gaming. So think of it as a complement to what you've been doing on web, but it's an immersive, dedicated gaming experience that we're starting to scale up now. So I'm excited to show you this because we've just officially announced the name. It's called Game Room. We started scaling up the marketing in the past couple weeks. So hopefully you'll start to see ads and promotion for this. It's an area of real investment for us. We think it's a great way for us to expand our footprint on PC and desktop gaming. And it's a great platform for you as developers to start expanding your reach and reach new gamers as well. This is just a screenshot of it. You can go download it yourselves. It's available on Windows for anyone. If you just go facebook.com/game room, you can find it, search for it. But as you can see, it's full screen, immersive experience, really designed to appeal to more immersive gaming. As I'll show you in a second, it's a full screen. You can see I had to, of course, take this screenshot, which has one of Israel's favorite developers on the top with Plarium. Their recent game, Vikings, is just launched on the platform. And I encourage you to check it out. It's an exciting thing. Just to touch on a little bit about why and what it is. Essentially, so it's a download. It's an exe file. Download it, lives on your PC. You'll have a desktop icon. What's important for us and important for you, if you've been building on web for a while, is to know that we've basically adapted this so that it incorporates all Flash games can run in this platform. We all know that Flash is under pressure within the browser environment. A lot of the games on Facebook.com are built in Flash today. This provides a safe haven for those games. So as a developer and as a player, you can continue to play all these games going forward in the desktop app in Game Room. We've brought over a good segment of the existing games. So if you've built games for Facebook.com, almost all of them are available on the platform. Same login, same backend payment solution. If you've been playing in your level 200 on a game, it will transfer over and you'll be playing at level 200 here. And then what we've also, of course, done is it's built on Facebook infrastructure. So we're doing a bunch of work with, and I'll talk to it in a second, with Unity on native games. You can also, we're hosting those games as well. So exciting stuff. I just want to show you, again, so you get a sense. Games like this, you've probably heard of this game before, Slaughtermania. Again, built here. This is available on Game Room. You can play it today. As I said, if you've been playing for years, it's the same experience. But again, you can see full screen, high performance. Again, Gardenscape's new game just launched, available here as well as on Facebook.com. And I think, the last point I want to touch on with this, which is, I think, really, really relevant for you, particularly if you're a mobile developer or you're building Unity, is we've been working with Unity for the past couple of years, both on SDKs, but more recently what we've done is essentially we've partnered with Unity so that the exporter, the Unity exporter, can now export directly to Game Room. So essentially, you built your game in mobile. I'll show you in a sec, but you basically go iOS, Android, and you can export directly to Game Room without having to worry about optimizing for the web and performance. So this is really, again, really exciting development, and we think it's going to be a great source of new content that will expand the portfolio of games available. And again, provide you developers a way to reach a new audience. Here's an example, Oz Broken Kingdom. Really, really successful game on mobile, built in Unity. The developer brought this game over to Game Room, launched very easy, simple integration with payments, and the game is now live. You can see in all its glory, full screen, and we have more and more of these dedicated native games launching. So again, if you're building in Unity, and particularly for mobile, we'd love you to check it out. This gives you a sense. You can see essentially it's one of the export options directly within the Unity editor. So it makes it very, very easy for you as a developer to bring your game to this new platform. And please check it out here. Happy to talk with you after. We also have Sarah and Joy from the team in the audience. They'll be happy to talk to you as well, because we're really, really looking for high-quality new games to bring to the platform. Shifting gears back to login and sharing. I'm not going to talk about all the different ways we can use login and sharing, because I think hopefully most of you have used them or know about them. I just want to highlight a couple of things when I talk about expanding the reach of the platform and what you think of Facebook. Great. So League of Legends, very big game, very big PC game, not a game you might necessarily associate with Facebook. We did a lot of work with Riot to figure out the right way to integrate a Facebook experience. And what we ended up coming up with is essentially a way to integrate Facebook to help players in League of Legends find their friends. And what it's done is it's actually worked really well. We've had 4 million people connect their accounts, and they've generated 15 million connections, which is pretty amazing. So again, another way to integrate the experience that you might not necessarily think of using Facebook. We're also in Xbox and in PlayStation as well. We've generated tens of millions of connections there. So again, you can share your experience within consoles as well onto Facebook and share with your friends. So talking about sharing, talking about one of the big priorities for Facebook as a business is live video. And you've probably seen, if you've been looking at your Facebook feed, you're seeing more and more live content. I think we're actually apparently live today as we speak on Facebook, so you should be able to check it out. As a games team, we've really, really looked at how we can optimize this experience and help developers engage a bigger audience. So the premise basically is you can go live anywhere, anytime. So really, you think about this is a way for you to engage, and there's a whole bunch of different ways we can do it. I'll touch on a couple examples now. First, I want to show you this pyramid. We always trot the pyramid out because it's kind of complicated because there's a bunch of different constituents. But essentially, if you think of it, simply put, there's the professional gamers are at the very top, and there's a small number of gamers generating a lot of content that a lot of people watch. And at the bottom of the pyramid is you streaming to your friends. You might only be streaming to 10 people, but there's a lot of you. So, and in between, you have developers creating content, influencers creating content. And there's a whole bunch of different constituents all creating great content and all consuming great content. And then if you think on the Facebook side, really, one of our differentiating features is, of course, the network. People can share content, people comment on content, and you can really get this multiplier effect. And if you think about it at a page level, if you're a developer, you have your page, you're reaching your audience, you can go live to that audience on the page, you can see how that multiplies as people share your content. So I touched on this a bit, but there's 3 main ways that we think about live game streaming. One is actually from the game itself. And I'm going to show you, we've done a bunch of work with Blizzard, where individuals can actually stream to their friends, which is really, really compelling. Two is you as a developer or influencers, you can use live as a way to reach audiences, engage with those audiences. And then, of course, if you want, you can just go live from your phone. You can go live right now. You can go live anywhere. We're seeing more and more people, developers behind the scenes, just using live as a way to communicate with their audience and share directly to the page. I just want to show you this. Hopefully will work. This is an example of what we've done with Blizzard. There may or may not be sound. But essentially, what you can see is essentially we've integrated directly into battle.net, into the client. And what you can do is you basically, as a player, you connect your account, and then you have the opportunity, there's a little camera icon, you press, and you can go live to your friends. So you can see you can optimize the sharing, you can decide who you want to share with, and you can share to one person, you can share to your entire friend graph, you can go public, whatever you want to do. And again, this is available in any Blizzard game today. So I'll show you, this is my boss who loves Overwatch, going live to his friends. And again, you think of this, when you think of millions and millions of people doing this, you can get a sense of the potential scale, and again, the potential engagement. We're also seeing this on mobile. Clash of Kings integrated this. So again, you're playing the game on your iPhone, your Android phone. You can click, you can go live to your friends. And I just want to show you a couple other examples of, Zynga's been doing this kind of hybrid where the game is live, but they're also providing commentary. So there's all sorts of different experiments and ways that people are using live to engage their audiences and really provide unique access that you might not otherwise be able to have. Another example, PlayStation, kind of what you'd expect to see people talking about on stage here or at a games conference. Again, you can broadcast that live and reach multiples more people. This is kind of a cool one where Plants vs. Zombies releasing a new feature. Again, you can think of this yourselves. You've got something really cool, big update. Instead of just posting about it, you can actually go live and have your designers and product people talk to your audience and engage and answer questions. This is a video which is not going to work, I don't think, but essentially this is another, from a marketing standpoint, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. They created a loop with live video and messenger bot integration where you could see the video, get the information, go back to the bot, and again, there's all sorts of really innovative things that people are working out. You can just see this is a video basically telling you to go to Messenger, to the bot, and come back. The key message from me is really, we are where gamers are. We are on all platforms. Our goal is really to help you as developers grow your business and make great games. So if you think about it, there's essentially all the platform services from login to sharing to any of the other tools, analytics. We have a new PC platform, so particularly if you're building in Unity, but even if you're not, think about that as a way to reach new audiences. And then, of course, live game streaming, which is a really, really compelling way to engage with your audience and expand your audience and really give people privileged access to things they might not otherwise have seen. So that's it for me. So thank you very much. Appreciate the attention.
How can you position live streaming with Facebook with other marketing attempts for indies?
How would I position it? I mean, I think the nice thing with this is that you can go from really, really easy, raw, immediate stuff that doesn't require any resource, which is great if you're an indie developer. You can just go live from your phone and it broadcasts to your page, and you get distribution. People can follow and subscribe to your feed, so that's great. All the way up to full, high quality, production with an API integration. So I think it's a nice complement to anything else you're doing, and just gives you another way to reach your fans.
No, well, Bob, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time here today.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone.